Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to Audio Arena, a brand new playlist dedicated to sound problems and production recording techniques. This video is in response to Xiang Yi and Shane's request for equipment rental and asking me a question that was pretty straightforward, but at the same time shocking. Their question was, what equipment do I need to do recording? So I'm going to create this video very quickly, try to do it less than 20 minutes so that you can understand the process flow. All right, so in order to do any form of recording for that matter, you need three things. First thing you need is a microphone. Second thing you need is a recording device. And the third thing you need is a headphone or a pair of earphones to listen to what you are recording to. Okay, right now today I'm not using my traditional or my standard headset. Instead, I am using a lapel mic, a lavalier mic. This is a lapel mic. It is sitting on my lapel, and that is the Ceremonic lapel mic. All right, which we have quite a few of these, so that you guys can actually do cheap, affordable, simple, and quality recording using your handphone. Right now, you're listening to my voice using a lapel mic connected straight to the headphone. It's quite clear, all right? Which brings me to this key point. The main function of good audio equipment is to be clear, is to have clarity. Bass, treble, mid, that is for music. Okay, we are not doing music today. Today, we are learning how to use our devices to record Foley, special effects, and sound. Okay, so let's focus on the fundamentals, and the fundamentals, number one, what kind of mic do we use? All right, so for you guys, the short answer would be to use a two-in-one device. This is a test cam. This is a recording device which also doubles as a microphone. See these two things in front here? Yeah, that is the microphone that we want to use. Okay, now you can get this from us, you can rent this from us, just pay a $100 deposit, and we will give you a whole set of equipment that you can take home to use for your assignments. And when you are done, bring back the equipment, make sure it's not spoiled, and we will give you your 100 ringgit back. Okay, if you spoil the equipment, on the other hand, you will need to pay for its replacement. So let me just frighten you just a little bit. This is 550 ringgit. This is 150 ringgit. Let's put it this way. You lose this thing, it's $1,000 down the drain. So please treat it with care. We're not charging you money for it. Okay, we just want that $100 so that you will remind yourself to take care of these things. Okay, right. Batteries at the back, 2 AA's. Always buy new batteries if you're using it for production. These batteries will last you approximately 2.5 to 3 hours if you use them well. Okay? To turn it on, all you need to do is press this button and hold it. There you go. The light has come on and it is now going to go straight into the standby mode. This is the standby mode. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, the front-facing camera doesn't have a half-decent focusing function, so I apologize for that. For the next video, I will be setting up a slightly different setup, one with a close-up view of the features, okay? Okay, so let's just look at the interface again. That is the power button to start. This one here is the record button. So I'm going to press the record button once, and this light here is now going to blink. That is the recording light. If it's blinking, it is now in standby mode, and it is actually going to allow the sound signal to travel through the system. And that is a good thing, because now I'm going to use my headphones. Now, the best kind of headphones that I would recommend to all of you would be headphones that cover the ears, like these, okay? These are Shure's or Shure, I don't know how to pronounce it properly until today. And these cost about 700 ringgit. These are production monitor headphones. They are very, very good quality. And the reason why they are called monitoring headphones is because they will play the sound back in the most natural form. I'm not using technical terms here. I'm not going to say it's linear dispersion and all that kind of crap. Instead, I'm going to tell you that it is a studio grade pair of headphones. Okay? If you use Beats headphone, if you use Skull Candy, and all these funky headphones that everyone wants you to buy, those headphones are accentuated. They are bass boosted. They will give you a nice bass. Your techno, your pop, your hip hop will sound really great, but they will be utterly lousy when it comes to mixing. Mixers, production engineers, sound engineers want a pair of headphones that have a flat frequency response. That means it plays all the frequencies equally. Now the reason for that is because we are now going to control the volume of individual elements in the soundtrack, in the sound space, in the soundscape, in the final mix. Okay, if all that is Greek to you, don't worry. There will be subsequent videos to go in detail to all that. But just know that headphones are important because now they allow you to monitor what you are recording. Let's plug it in. So if you look at the test cam, at the side of the test cam over here, it says line in headphone. So I'm going to plug in the headphone. And straight away, I'm hearing some fantastic sound, okay? Sound check 1 2, sound check 1 2. And if you move the mic around my mouth, you will find that you will hear different things. In fact, I would recommend that you do two things when you have the test cam plugged in at the first time. The first thing you do is you listen to an empty room. All right? This is your noise floor. This is what you need to remove. This is the thing that will destroy your soundtrack the most. The second thing is I'm going to start talking at a normal volume based on a normal script, and I'm going to move the mic away and further away or closer to my mouth. You will notice I'm not putting it right in front, okay, simply because the air from my mouth and the air from my nose as I exhale will create plosives and sibilances and a lot of other noises, okay. Instead, you're going to put the mic slightly to the left or slightly to the right, okay. Now, I'm using my handphone and my lapel mic to create the sound, but right now I am going to click on the record button and we are going to switch to this soundtrack. And let's hear just how good this sound is. We are recording and we are synchronizing audio. All right, welcome. We are now listening to the soundtrack of the Tascam DR05. As you can tell, the sound is so much different. You are hearing every nuance of my voice. Okay, you can even tell that my voice is a little bit rough right now, and I'm going to start drinking some coffee. Right? Sensitive, very sensitive. Now to use this, you're going to need to learn how to do two things. Okay, so I'm going to come in close and I'm going to show you. If you press the up and down buttons, this one here, this will control the volume of the headphones. Okay? Now, this is very important because some people have very sensitive hearing. Some people have a lot of earwax and don't have sensitive hearing. No two people are the same. Adjust for your own preference. Now, before you plug in the headset, I recommend you turn the volume all the way down, plug in the headset, and then turn up the volume to the point where you are comfortable. Okay? And what is comfortable is actually very simple. You want the loudest sound to be at a comfortable level. Okay? Now, pay attention. If you make a mistake and something really loud happens, you could go deaf. All right? So this is a very key point to make. What I like to do is I like to make sure that there is sound, and then I take off my headphones when I'm not doing anything important. I only wear my headphones when I know that everyone is ready, everyone is about to record, and then I proceed. Okay, so that's option number one. Now, if you look at the left and right buttons over here, this controls the gain of the microphones. And the gain of the microphones is best demonstrated like a force field. So let me show you what's happening right now. I am setting the gain to very low. And because it's very low, if I put the mic over here, this is the volume and the sensitivity that you're getting. to get good sound, this mic must now come over here, literally 1.5 inches away from my mouth. This is a low gain setting. You can't hear my fingers now. Okay? In other words, it is literally just picking up frequencies and sound from this region. Okay? I am now going to increase the gain, and you are going to realize that the mic is now picking up sounds from all over around me and literally making it a little bit uneasy. So let's just do that for you. Right. So the gain is going up. It's going up. Straight away you can hear that you are now listening to the room ambient sounds. I can hear a fan. I can hear the computer fan. You can even hear my fingers. And that is a gain setting of about 50%. What if I go to 80? Can you hear that now? Yeah. Now the mic is over here, and my voice is very loud. Unfortunately, it's also picking up the fan sound, this sound, that sound, my slippers. I'm rubbing my slippers on the floor. I'm scratching the table. Is that what you want? Now, this is not wrong. This is just different. You need to ask yourself whether this is the recording that I want. Am I recording an ambient sound? Am I recording a scenario? Are there 3 people in this video scene that I want to record and I only want to use one recording mic? Or do I want to reduce the sensitivity of this gain and use it as a recording device and put the mic near my mouth and sound like this? Your choice, your call. One device, multiple applications, different results. And that's what we are trying to teach you here in KDU. We're not trying to teach you how to use a piece of equipment. We're trying to teach you how to make the equipment dance for you. Understand? Using the equipment properly, you can create very professional results for different applications quickly. And that is what we are all about. Okay? It isn't just theory, guys. You need to take the theory and then you need to make it a practical exercise. And then you need to make it a physical product so that you can give to your customers. And cash can change hands. Yes, I'm coming back to cash. You want cash, right? There you go. All right. So, in a nutshell, you need a microphone, which you have here. You need a recording device, which you have here. You need headphones, which you have here, or you can use your own. And the last thing that you will want is a way to mount the device onto a stand. Because I'm going to be honest, if your script is 30 minutes long, you cannot hold this at this point, at this precise position for 30 minutes. You are going to itch, you are going to strain, you are going to move, and you are going to make noise. Notice fiddling with this plastic thing also transmits sound to the recording device. So as far as possible, always try to use a light stand or a mic stand to do the job. I can literally screw in the light stand to the bottom of the Tascam like this. By the way, guys, that's how you screw in the Tascam. Huh? You don't go and turn the Tascam around. You loosen the pole and you do finger tight. This is finger tight. That's all you do. Then you lock the stand up and you face it in the direction and you record voiceover. Sound check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Find something to read. Produk ini mengandungi lebih 4,000 bahan kimia. Which brings us to another interesting point. I don't care how good you are and how experienced you are, you will never ever get your recording down right the first time. There will always be changes, there will always be amendments, and you will always make mistakes. Seasoned professionals make less mistakes. Alright? They still make mistakes. So get ready for that, get ready to edit, get ready to do multiple recordings, and when you are done, you will then transfer all these files out using the USB cable into your computer, and then we will proceed to edit it with Audition. And that is the second video that I am going to produce probably tomorrow. Today, you have just learned the basic fundamentals of getting good sound, how to use a light stand to mount your test cam, and how to use it and move it into the right position to record good audio effects. All right, so I'm going to pause the video now, the audio here, and I'm going to switch back to the audio over there. All right. And we are now back to the audio from the lapel mic of the video feed. And if you notice a difference, a big difference, the reason is because this is a professional piece of kit. This, not so much, okay? So the final question is, why do I use this? Why don't I just use that all the time? Or for that matter, why don't I use some other professional piece of kit all the time? And the answer is simple. You are a mass communicator. If you are in production and you are doing videos professionally every day, then yeah, your job is to use the best audio equipment that you can afford, okay? But the subject of mass communication in KDU isn't only geared towards filmmaking. You have other topics like journalism, documentary production, interviews, so many other aspects of communication that require you to record impromptu. And that is the key word, yeah? Impromptu. You need to be able to record good sound on the spur of the moment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, falls back onto your kung fu, on your skill, okay? And to demonstrate that point, I'm now going to unplug this lapel mic and I'm just going to use the microphone of the camera. You go. It is now unplugged and I'm using the microphone of the camera, all right? And it's still working. I am still recording a video segment that hopefully one day or eventually can still be used by news stations all around the world. Okay, I'm also going to hold my tripod stand and I'm going to walk around like this. Okay, acceptable. Lighting looks good, video looks good, and the sound looks decent. In fact, I'm going to boost the sound a little bit by putting my hand slightly behind the microphone and talking to the camera. Hi, I'm Ian Barboza and I'm talking to you from UOW KDU Penang. Welcome to the virtual tour of our lab. The sound that you're hearing is coming from my handphone and it is still very clear. You can still get the message. I am still going to convey my message to you. You are not going to be too concerned whether you can hear the sub 20 Hz bass frequencies or the infrasounds that all the professional gear will have. Don't worry if you didn't understand a single word of that. Neither do I. Okay guys, I have to get on with my life. Tomorrow there'll be another video. I haven't decided on what. It may be premiere, it may be audition. But hopefully this video today will help you choose your first starting point in terms of audio recording. Bye-bye.